Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening from Munich. Oh, beautiful. It's been a while since I've been in Munich, Marie-Louise. Honestly, it's been a while. Um, yes, so welcome to Advanced Trainings with me, Petra. Today we're going to have an easier one. Yeah. Good for me as well, because I've been overdoing it for myself this past few months of this year. And my body has been telling me the last 2 weeks that I have been overdoing it. So I have been a bit tired, haven't been sleeping properly the last 2 weeks. Probably you see it on my face. If not, that's great. But I did wanted to actually give you a bit of a lighter topic, but not less important than anything else. Yeah, I feel that although it's lighter and not so information driven, it's actually the most important thing to do to prepare your space. And while we are talking about this little UFO, yeah, I have coherence running currently. It is really important for anything in life um, to actually have our space prepared. So space, we talked about energetic space a few weeks ago with MagHealy. Today, the topic is abundance and gratitude, but we're going to tip our toes into something a bit further than just abundance and gratitude. Um, and why I'm saying that, because we know that everything is intertwined, and MagHealy and Healy are not just devices, they actually work on a quite deeper level. But we're not going to dive deep to the depths today, although it's retrograde and we do need to go into ourselves. Hello from Japan, Estonia. Oh my goodness. Wow, welcome. Okay, let me start sharing. So I'm start babbling because, communication this today is not really, I've been mixing words. Let me just share this. Where am I? Perfect. Okay, so welcome to Cultivating Gratitude and Abundance with MagHealy. So today we're going to look at what gratitude is, what abundance is. We're going to look at some programs on how to actually start cultivating that within your life. We're going to look at things from within, from without, so you can actually start preparing the space for your growth. And as I said, not less important than anything else, in my view, a bit more. So as everything else on Thursday, we know that we need to put a disclaimer because Healy and MagHealy are not magic pills, they're not magic wands, although we love fairies and pixie dust, but this is not it. Yeah. So we do need to understand that although these devices are using individual microcurrents as well as quantum frequencies, that it's important that do not cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. They are beautiful tools, as I always say, but you are the sole creator of your life, meaning from the physical level to the energetic level. And you are more powerful than you think you are. And you can start using these devices in such a beautiful, deep way that you can actually start transforming your life just by intention. Yeah. And more research now, and your own experience probably as well, is teaching you that. So my question tonight to you, as always, I like to be curious. Do you actually prepare or know how to sustain the energy of your space around you with specific frequencies? Do you actually think of your space as preparing it in order to actually have a different effect? I actually want to really understand if you are utilizing your space around you or you are just focusing on yourself on a physical level. Hello from India. Beautiful. Okay, pop in the chat. If you are thinking of your space and you're preparing your space frequency wise, energetic wise, frequency wise, you can pop one in the comment. If you don't, yes, diffuse with oils. Okay, perfect. So that's physical frequency energetic, yeah. We are part of our space is part of us, correct. Beautiful. So, but how do you prepare it? So how do you prepare your space around you? Do you just use Healing MagHealy? What do you do? I really want to understand what you do. So would love to know your thoughts. You can actually raise your hand if you want to talk about how you actually prepare, because we have a bit of more time today. Mag and essential oils, perfect. And I'll unmute you. I want to chat with you, not only chat and like through the chats. Okay, with incense. Okay, perfect. Oh, cool. Netitka. Okay, tell me, how do you prepare your space? Want to know?
Hi.
Hi.
When I have to go for a meeting, I put on the Coherence app.
Cool. And anything else that you do just beside Healy? Do you do anything else?
Yes, I ask the divine to guide me, whatever I have to speak to the client or the person in front of me.
And do you clean your space at all, energetically, physically? What do you prepare the physical space around you? Do you take care of the physical space? Is that important for
I
you?
do meditation and chanting my prayers. That's what
Mhm.
keeps me going and protects me from all the ill surrounding me. It keeps in my
Beautiful.
aura intact and doesn't let the harmful energies come inside. So prayer
Beautiful. Love that. Love the
is
practices.
the essence of life. Without that, we are nothing.
I agree. Completely
That's
agree.
what I do.
Beautiful
MagHealy
practices.
is beautiful. How you clean your home atmosphere. I had a tiff with my husband, so I just put on the relationship harmony, and he suddenly cools down. I just thought
dilutes
magic
the
works on
dilutes
him.
the
So,
conflicts.
so whenever I feel that there's going to be a conflict, I switch on the relationship harmony.
Beautiful. Well done. That's just amazing how you're using it. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Is it
Thank you.
Nitika? Nitika?
Nitika. Yeah, Nitika.
Perfect. Thank you, Nitika. Thank you for sharing. I see some comments with intention. I love that, Jeffrey. Of course, you always go there. Aboriginal shamanic approach, definitely. Instruction to spirit to make it happen. I love that. This is completely my resonance. Like I completely align with that. I clean with salt, yeah, with MagHealy and with sage and with candles. Perfect. And sometimes I have someone in to clean in a shamanic way. Perfect. Defense program. Great. So you all have your own practices. So you're already preparing your space. You are aware that the space that you are residing in, it's influencing you, right? And it's really important when we, especially when it comes to relationships in our environment, and we've looked at that a few weeks ago, because when an argument or conflict happens, then there's a resistance, right? There's a contractive frequency, and that imprints into our space. And if that's not cleaned out and balanced, what happens is, I don't know if you have ever observed that in your environment, but what happens is if we actually don't clean that out, the imprint stays. And if we had a conflict, that the same conflict can be actually rekindled, yeah, a week or a month later. So we need to understand that everything happens in energy first. And why I'm saying that? Because when we look at the abundance and gratitude in itself, they are intertwined. And I'm going to show you a bit later on a frequency scale how they are intertwined and why they influence each other. So when we look at a definition of abundance and gratitude, right? The abundance states, yeah, it refers to an extremely plentiful or over sufficient quantity of something. I want to actually bring some awareness for you as well. So people always say, I want abundance, but they never specify abundance of what. So we need to understand that abundance goes both ways. Yeah, because we have shadow and light, we have contracting frequency and expansive frequency. So if you're just saying, I want abundance, if your frequency, a state of being is in contraction, yeah, you will have abundance of that contraction if you don't actually specify with intention of what is that you want within the abundance. So if you're literally just saying it, putting it out because of the word is the word, we need to be really aware of what we are asking for. And I had this a funny case. where a friend of mine from Europe, she actually was asking, I want abundance, I want to be in abundance, I want to be in abundance. And all of a sudden, she had a lot of conflicts around her and people calling her names and things like that. And she was like, why is this happening to me? And I was like, are you specifying what you want? And she was like, no, but am I that bad? I was like, you're not that bad. It's just you're actually asking for abundance, but you never specified on what frequency. So you are in that state of being, and what it's doing, it's literally amplifying the state of being, whatever is suppressed. And she was like, oh my freaking God, like this is insane. And she started changing things. And what started happening is she started literally transforming those emotions and growing and expanding, and she needed to move through certain things in order to actually get to where she wanted to be. So I really want you to understand that there's a process to actually getting to the specific abundance of what you want, right? Because if you're looking at the abundance itself definition, it says plentiful of, certain things. This could be a large amounts of, either natural resources, food supplies, wealth. It could also be feelings of generosity, connection, love, but we need to be really specific with it. Yeah. Why? Because, and also a connection to that, abundance without gratitude is actually, it cannot be sustained. So we can ask for certain things and we can get them. Yeah, because we can actually have our thoughts. Remember, the thoughts are what literally electrifies the quantum field, and the magnetic field brings them back to us. But if we manifest that into our reality, great. But can you sustain it? So can you actually hold it within the body? And do you have a space in order to help you hold that frequency? So people also forget that you can create and manifest things really fast, but can you sustain it? Can you hold it long term? That does not depend on your creation or capability of creation. That depends on the frequency of your body, of your vessel. So why is that important? Because you want to have it long term, right? So if you want, for example, want to heal something within your body, great. You can have a healing, but if you can't sustain it, something else will happen and you're going to go back to the same frequency, the same situation. If you want a lot of money, you can win the lot of money. I won lottery 3 times. I can tell you from my personal experiences. Yeah. But I didn't have the frequency within the body to sustain that money. So gone in less than 6 months. So we need to understand that you have a capability of creation, but can you sustain it? Abundance cannot be sustained without gratitude. And gratitude is what actually pulls us out of contraction. And in order to sustain that expansion, we need to see the positive side of everything in life. So if you want to heal and be sustained healing, you need to shift your frequency. You need to change who you are. You need to actually become a different color. And I'm going to show you what that means. Yeah. But why is that gratitude also important? First, shift the perspective. So we are actually shifting how we look at life, how we see life, how we see ourselves, how we see people around us. And it actually is fostering more abundance. We are expanding, we're giving more room to our body. We actually can hold and withhold that energy when we are looking at it, creating it, and seeing it. Also, emotional well-being. The more we expand, the less heavy we feel. And the more we can hold that emotion within our body, the more we actually have mirrors around us in our environment to actually give us that feeling back. And that actually activates hormones, which are happy hormones in our body, and we feel better because we feel more accomplished, we feel more aligned with ourselves, we feel more connected, and that all fosters abundance, feelings of expansion. Social connections. If we are contracted, I'm going to go move into so I can actually show you what that means. But if we feel really heavy and we are in fear and shame and guilt, right? we feel like we can't let anyone in. We won't be feeling abundant. Yeah. And we can't actually connect to anyone. So our energetic field will feel contracted, will feel like really closed up. And that will also reflect to the environment around us. So we can't hold that abundance. So if somebody, probably you have experienced that, if you're in fear or in shame or guilt or you're in grieving and somebody comes in and says, you are so beautiful, you are so capable, I'm so proud of you, you can't actually receive it. You can't. You will actually push people out because you will not feel it and believe it within the body, because you have no space to hold that frequency. So it's really important to understand that, yes, run the program of prosperity, right? Great. But can you hold the frequency that will come in? So first you need to create the space around you, yeah, to actually foster the prosperity, abundance, and all of that. Then you need to actually have the frequency within the body to receive it. And then you need to actually sustain that frequency to actually keep it. So those are all important things. And why I'm saying this, because when we actually go into water and we go into a McMaken program specifically, you will understand why, because those programs will start altering molecules and frequency and shifts and states of being within your body. And you will need to actually shift things, move things, be able to be flexible in order to actually keep sustaining the new frequency. So that is work. That is not just magic pill vibrating frequencies and then leaving it. Because if you actually don't consciously shift something, you will not be able to sustain it. Just letting you know. And that's why this is really important. Simple, but really important. Also, inner fulfillment. Why? Because we are literally expanding our space. We are filling it up. We feel more fulfilled within ourselves because we are seeing things in a better way. Also, creating positive feedback loops. So, positive feedback loops are really important, and especially because when we actually practice gratitude, it's like a domino effect, right? So I see something positive and positive comes back, and I see better things and better things come back. So it's literally the frequency practice of a mirror. Yeah. So positive feedback loop is just a mirror. So the more we see the positive, the more positive comes back. So the more you practice this, what happens in the brain, you're literally changing the neuron structure in the brain. So that's why 21 days to 27 days is practice, literal religious practice of every single day. Consistency is important because you're actually creating new pathways in your brain, creating a completely different frequency, creating a completely different state of being. And that's time is needed for that to shift. Also, manifestation of abundance. So when we are creating a positive feedback loop, when we are actually becoming more expansive, when we are actually sustaining the new frequency, we have a better connection, we have a better emotional well-being, we are shifting perspectives and challenging ourselves to actually create new belief systems, new emotional expressions and experiences. We are literally, physically creating abundance in our life. Abundance is just a physical mirror of the frequency within ourselves. So the more we expand, the more we actually see that in physical life. Because the more we expand, the more we sustain, the more we see this in our life. Mind you, when we actually do expand, nothing in life happens just in expansion. Like our breath, we have inhale and exhale. Everything happens with expansion and contraction. So when we do that, here comes the spiral. Yeah. So this is actually an ascending and descending frequency of emotions. We've looked at that months ago when we looked at the emotions. But I wanted to bring this here today because I wanted to show you that all of this will happen when you start expanding. So when you start using frequency programs to enhance the abundance within, and you couple them with frequency programs to enhance abundance in the environment, what will happen? So this is the neutral path. Yeah. So this is where hopefulness, calm, boredom, yeah, sits. So this is the neutral path, yeah. So if you're sitting in frustration, fear, guilt, grief, yeah, apathy, blame, all of these are contractions. Yeah. So if you can see, there's a spiral downwards, and there's colors, and these colors are actually your visual spectra of frequency. Our eyes can see that. That's the rainbow. There are also colors connected to your chakras. So you can actually see where these emotions are actually sitting in your physical body. So when you look at gratitude, where are you? Here. It's similar to self-love and learning. Abundance is at the top. It's closer to empowerment. So when we are looking at gratitude, you will see that gratitude is literally at the peak where the funnel actually starts going out. Why? Because this is still a contraction or a neutral state. And when we move through gratitude, we are actually expanding our spectrum of light. There's more light coming in, there's more colors coming into our life. So, for example, if we all go from here to here, there's no good or bad throughout the day. Yeah. The trick to understand at what frequency you truly reside in is the percentage during the day you reside in specific emotion. For example, if majority of the day you're in fear, this will be your frequency. If majority of the day you're in empowerment, this will be your frequency or somewhere in between. So make sure that at least 70 that you aim to build and learn and integrate at least 70% throughout the day for you to be above the line. So 30% will always be a process. So when you're actually cultivating gratitude, what you're doing is you're moving these emotions and frequency, right? You're expanding it up. So when you're moving it up, what's going to happen? Look at all these emotions in between. So you are going to be aware of them. They will be coming out of your body and you will feel them in the space around you. And trust me, when you actually start doing the work, you will find people that will mirror exactly those emotions. You will find spaces in your life that you need to go that will mirror exactly those frequencies. Frequency is just frequency. We just name them by a certain word of emotion because it's easier for us to understand in our 3D brain. But in essence, it's just energy, yeah, moving through, and it has information. So don't be scared of this, because the more you feel, the more things come up, the closer you are to abundance. But you need to come to this space if you want to integrate abundance. You can have abundance 10% per day, but those are the things when people say, oh, I got car park every time I go somewhere. Or, things just fall into my lap and I get free gifts. Great. But can you sustain them? Can you sustain them 70, 80% throughout the day? Can you actually hold that frequency within yourself? So now let's look at the programs that actually can help you do that. So there's two components to actually creating and sustaining the space within yourself and outside of yourself, because both of them are connected. Remember, the space around yourself actually, it's not a math system, but it's just experience. Yeah. The space around you is really important to be vibrating higher than yourself, or equally or higher. Why? Because when we're going through that spiral, we want a safe space that's vibrating a bit higher so we actually can let go of the contraction. So we can rise up, yeah, and we can actually move through all these contracted feelings and emotions and frequencies, let them go, transform them, and go up and higher. Higher doesn't mean better. Because when you have abundance, you also have your challenges on a physical level. Trust me. Yeah. So you need to also understand that if you feel fear or if you feel abundance, they both come with shadow and light. So they both come with challenges as well as the expansion of experience. So understanding that when we are supporting ourselves, things will move through us and they will stick in the environment. So we need to have energetic hygiene, and energetic hygiene for ourselves, energetic hygiene for our space. So make sure that you are using either your intention to clear up your space every morning or every night. And you can just set an intention and literally say to your own essence, please clean out the space to transform this space so we can literally begin anew in the morning. Because during the night, we normally get out of the body. Yeah. And our essence can do a lot of things that you think that can't do. Yeah. So they're always present with us because we are present here. It's all energy. So when we're working on ourselves, there's few things you can do. So I gave you some practices and I gave you programs. If you combine, you know me, I'm a believer of combining things. So everything has a purpose in life. And the more we combine things, the better outcome we have, the faster we get to the goal. Gratitude is an important practice because it keeps you, your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body in alignment. So if you keep a journal, great. For me, I have a gratitude practice during meditation. My gratitude journal is a visualization. So I allow myself to actually be grateful through envisioning and through visualization because I prefer to feel things through the body than write them down. That's just my way, but you choose yours. Yeah. Challenging your limiting beliefs. I'm so sorry to burst your bubble, but if you think you're just going to apply frequencies and not actually shift anything, I'm so sorry, but you are going to be on a hamster wheel for the rest of your life. In order for you to empower yourself, you will need to face your fears. In order to shift into abundance, you will need to let go of things that are not working for you. Things that you've outgrown, things that you are being challenged in order to move, in order to grow, in order to become a different person. Because that is abundance. It's an expansion. Yeah. So if you feel like you want abundance, but you want to be stuck in the same pond, it's not going to go, it's not going to work. Yeah. So with challenging beliefs, our chakra and aura modules are amazing. So if you are using those and if you're not using those yet, please start using them, right? Because we had this session like way back than 6 months. If you don't know it yet, you have the group, you can go back to look at the trainings. Visualize abundance. That's why I say my gratitude practice comes with meditation, because I use my guidance as empowerment of my own self in order to bring my expansion into the physical world. Visualization is a powerful technique, and listening to your inner voice and practicing that inner voice is actually a crucial thing for your growth, because your brain does not understand anything but what's here in front of it. Your body, your heart, your neurons, your whole somatic space is what is literally a tool for you to use. So visualize the feelings within the body. Even if you don't have the money or the health or whatever you are desiring a part of abundance yet, that doesn't mean it's not there. You can tap into it at any time. If you feel it, if you see it, if you can imagine it, it's already there. It exists. It's already yours. It's not somewhere that you need to go. It's there. I know this is really hard to, as a concept to grasp, but on a quantum field, there's nothing else. And this is how Healy and MagHealy work. They actually amplify exactly what you are looking at in your imagination, because that's not imagination. It's just information from the field that you're tapping into. As I said, practice at least 21 days and make sure that whatever you visualize, be it joyful feelings, happiness, prosperity, whatever those things are, make sure that you're not just visualizing in your head. I love the money. Oh, I see myself healthy. Great. How does that feel? How does that feel in the body? Where do you feel it in the body? I teach this on my retreats, and I actually take them on a journey of a proper meditation, going really deep into their essence. And when they come back, they don't want to come back because the expansion on the other side of their full potential is so amazing that when they come back into the physical body, they feel that they are losing something. You're not losing anything because everything is right now here. There's no past, present, future, nothing. It's right here. So make sure that you utilize that visualization in meditation and feel the emotion. Yeah? How does it feel in the body when you're healthy? How does it feel when you're actually empowered and wealthy? All of those things can be accessed. So those are some practices that I would encourage you to combine while you are using MagHealy programs, as well as Healy if you want to combine it with that. There's a few areas I would focus when really enhancing the abundance within your body, yeah, within yourself. So this is focusing on to your physical body, emotional body, and mental body. Stress reduction, it's huge. Improved sleep, emotional harmonization, and enhanced mood. As you see, stress reduction has a lot of programs. Why? Because I've been saying this way back. Stress, it's crucial, or stress reduction is crucial for you to, for your energetic field or your bioenergetic field or the strength of it, for you to actually hold and sustain any frequency. So if you are under constant stress, which influences your nervous system, which in turn influences your meridians, which charges your nerve through nervous system and meridians, charges your energetic field, your torus. If that is not strong, you will not be able to hold the frequency at all. It will go out. And not only that, you will be open to other influences and other energies that you can actually take on, which will lower your frequency, lower your energy, and drain you. So energetic boundaries are important. And this is how you actually do them on a physical level. MagHealy has enormous amount of programs for stress reduction. So some of the really good ones on a physical level for me are the classical programs, which are Vitality, Cell Harmony, Regeneration. Those three together are my favorite, literally one after another. If you want to support your nervous system, your kidneys, so the energy from the adrenal glands, so kidney harmony, vagus nerve, energy circulation, the systemic or the local. These are all water programs. Yes, I tell you to use them on your body because I use them on my body too. And I'm going to go into why I do that when we do the water. You can use it on your water, but I use them on my body as well because we are water. And if you want to actually send information to your body, you need to send the information to your water. Your water has memories and it changes the body. Test it for yourself. Yeah. Otherwise, you have the McMaken programs like thalamus and vagus nerve, the nerve harmony, yeah, and the kidney harmony are amazing. Yeah, McMaken programs are anyway amazing, but I'm going to go into detail when we have the McMaken properly. I think that's next week. So otherwise, there's also programs, for example, if you're really sensitive to energies of the earth, right, or the solar storms, or things happening with magnetic fields around you that are bigger than you, yeah, like planets. So there are programs in the classic module that are called Earth, Spheric, and Pressure. So Earth program is actually really good when Schumann resonance is going up and down and it's actually a bit chaotic. If you're really sensitive to those things, that program is actually really beautiful to balance the frequencies. And then spheric is actually what's happening. For example, if we have solar storms, things that are happening with atmosphere, spheric program is what is actually balancing the frequencies that are happening and influencing your body through the atmosphere. Pressure is actually the outside pressure, meaning the energetic space pressure, as well as the inside pressure. So if you're feeling like a bit anxious, something's going on, feeling like there's shifts from the earth and things like that, or you literally have a physical pressure within yourself. Yeah, those three are really beautiful to balance. And of course, there's other programs that you can use, stress chakras and pleasant sensations. So there's so many things. We're going to look at the classical ones separately, as well. So sleeping. Sleeping is crucial if you want to sustain your energy, because sleep influences your nervous system and it influences the strength of your energetic field. If you're not sleeping well, you're going to feel it. So if you are actually tired, your energetic field is quite wobbly and your hormones out of balance, your energy is out of balance, everything's out of balance. So really, really, really important to keep your balanced sleep. So there's a beautiful program in McMaken called Sleep, which is amazing. Really balances your hormone balance of your melatonin, your glands in the brain, and then also the brain harmony, which is the connectivity of the neurons, in the McMaken, and then the classical sleep. So the classical program sleep, those are really beautiful too. If you're really having issues, then I would also run Thalamus, which is in the emotional harmonization as well. So that's from your McMaken programs. For emotions, to balance your emotions. So why balancing emotions is important? Because when we actually take on other people's emotions, if our energetic field is not strong, you can't process them. You're literally going to feel agitated, and until you actually transfer that energy, because you can't actually transform that unless you discharge it, because you don't own that frequency. You don't have a code or key to that frequency. So the only way to actually get it out of your system is to discharge it through the earth or to someone else. I encourage you on the earth. Do not do that to someone else. But emotional programs like Emotions, Thalamus, and Women's Care in McMaken are really beautiful because they all influence your hormones. And when those are balanced, of course, your nervous system will be balanced, your meridians will be balanced, and then, of course, the energetic field will be balanced. I love the sound of silence. A lot of people are actually not using it. I love the sound of silence because I feel that every time I actually use this program, my whole body kind of aligns. My head just goes literally empty, and I feel this really, really gentle sensation all over my body, like this soft waterfall would just come over me, and it's this warm feeling sensation on my body. So I love the program Sound of Silence. This is in a classical, and if you're struggling with anxious feeling or things that are agitating within your body or feel like your head is racing, this program is amazing. Just make sure that you meditate through it. Yeah. So don't just put this program on and think that everything will just move, but it really helps me to align back to the body. Then we have enhanced mood, which is literally digestion. Yeah, we know that digestion influences our moods. So McMaken program in here is amazing. If you have not tried it yet, I can tell you it's amazing. And of course, anything that happens with mood, either gut or the brain connection. Yeah, so head harmony, energy circulation, because we want the energy through the cells and information to move through the body. Of course, there's a positive mood in the classical programs, and again, Sound of Silence. I would definitely recommend this one. So these are the programs to work on yourself. Of course, you can add on the coaching module and the aura module if you want to, but we're focusing on the MagHealy now, right? But these are the programs that you can use. Of course, you can use just one or two programs. Please don't use the 10,000 different programs. I do like MagHealy. I find that for me, my body, that's me. Yeah, you need to test yourself. I actually love to do certain combinations of programs one after another. Yeah. So sometimes I just do, for example, kidney harmony in McMaken, which is amazing. Literally, when I started running it, my kidney started pulsating. I'm not kidding. And I was like, whoa, what the heck? And then after 3 runs, my body, like the frequency balanced, and I could feel like I got really hot. So my body started literally building up the energy. When I run Vitality, my body always, always wants to have regeneration and cell harmony together with that. So I actually run one program after another for those. That's something I really love. for my body, but that needs to be your choice of what you want. Yeah. I also found that if I run atmospheric programs, for me, I like to, certain programs I have them on 100, certain programs I only have them on 30%. Like energy healing, energy clearing, I pop it on 100% for about 10-15 minutes and then I lower it. And I can't have it, for me, I can't have it for more than an hour, if I'm honest. And then I just turn off the mag. So that's just me. You need to find your path and your way and what works for you. If you want to run it the whole thing, go run it the whole thing. Yeah. But it's really important to trust your body. This is focus on you. Yeah. Within. So that means that you need to, because why is stress reduction important as well when you're working on yourself? Because when you're shifting frequency, the old emotions and contractive emotions will come up. You want to lower the stress because the contractive emotions come up, they're agitating on your nervous system. So you need to balance out. You can't just push through because your physical body will feel it. And you need physical regeneration when you're working on yourself. So please don't forget about that part of yourself, the physical body. Yeah. Okay. Enhancing abundance in the environment. So this is the space around you. We want the space around you to support us. And we want it to be calm, creative, inspiring, safe, and of course, playful, because that's our nature. What our true nature is that. So there's some practices of the space you can do before you run the programs or together with the programs. So I like to use gratitude for the environment around me as well. So expressing appreciation. I come home every single day. This is my practice. And every morning, I actually walk around the apartment and I actually say thank you to everything around me. Because the support that I have, the warmth, the abundance that I have, the roof over my head, the comfort of my bed, everything. It's not because, oh my God, I need to be grateful. No, because I'm actually in love with my home. Because if I actually approach that the way I feel about myself, and I approach that to with my environment will vibrate higher either way. So really important to not just take things for granted around you. Also practice generosity. If you have a family around you, if you have relationships, make sure that you actually appreciate them. Make sure that you actually share things with them, gift them things, not because you need to, because, Petra said so. No, do that because you want to actually share something with them, that you want to exchange something with them. Because when we share, we literally share our heart and our generosity, and others actually feel that. They feel accepted, they feel loved, and they will give you that back as a mirror. And that will actually help enhance the relationship and the connections that you have at home. And you won't have to run the family harmony so often, or relationships. Yeah. So to avoid the conflicts. So just letting you know. And also another thing, when we look at the conflicts and pain in the physical body, just a suggestion, I'm not saying this is scientific, but just an experience. When we actually feel pain in the body, what pain is actually telling us, it's a message of resistance. We are resisting change and we are resisting ourselves. When a conflict happens in a relationship, there is a resistance. So there's nothing else but resistance. So if there's conflict, you need to look at where you are resisting within yourself, and when or where is the other person resisting and what they are afraid of. Because the resistance always comes with fear and then anger and other emotions. But just make sure that you look at the resistance, not just, I want them to change. Yeah, because what you are seeing in the relationship is a mirror of yourself. So ask yourself, where are you resisting and what are you resisting? And then when you actually understand that, you are working on yourself, you're shifting the frequency within yourself, you're also shifting the frequency in the environment. And be kind and generous. Yeah. Engaging with nature. environment around you, nature is healing. And it's really, 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 really important in order to actually heal yourself in all aspects of life to engage with nature. Because, first of all, nature discharges all the contractions. Second of all, it actually helps you be more grateful for things and naturally raises your frequency. So, if you are in nature, you will align with that frequency automatically because the body will always look for coherence. So make sure that you spend time outdoors instead of inside, and have fun. Yeah. Okay, programs. Creativity boost, environmental harmony, conflict resolution support, and enhanced mood. So we want to bring more playfulness and creativity into our world because when we are playful, we are curious and our brain actually works coherently on both sides. That means that we are more open to solutions. So creativity program is actually really good on MagHealy. These are all atmospheric programs. So your environment will benefit from atmospheric programs in Healy, in MagHealy. So we've done the atmospheric few weeks ago, so you can actually look at all the descriptions. But these are just suggestions of how you can use them. So creativity, prosperity, car. I actually like car even if I'm not in the car, just letting you know, that's fine, but I use things differently. And of course, chakra programs. They will balance the energies within the space. And that's also chakras of the space, not just yours. Environmental harmony. I look at environmental harmony as what are the stress patterns of the environment, what is causing stresses on the environment in order to not be in balance, yeah, or vibrating higher than the people living in there. So for example, I like to run stress. So if people are really stressed in there, things are happening, if we are stressed, the environment is literally influenced by our energy. So the environmental energy will do this. Yeah, it's like wobbly. So I like to run stress or coherence daily when things are really happening a lot. And then if you feel like you're becoming lethargic or not motivated, you can run energy in atmospheric program. That's actually a good one too. If you're oversensitive, for example, I've been oversensitive because I've been doing some work in the city for the last 2 weeks, and I'm in a space where there's a lot of servers and a lot of computers, and I literally find myself being like a electric bunny. I'm not kidding. Like I'm moving around that space like zzz, right? So I come home and I run the electrosensitivity, and I normally run MagHealy office program when I'm in the office. But I find the electrosensitivity for about half an hour. I discharge everything. So that's something that I found for the environment where it works. And of course, energy clearing. If you feel like you want to clear the energy that's not yours, you feel like that you're attaching to things. Plants. This is a really fun one. I know in Healy programs it says it enhances the plants that you have at home and their environment. This is my experience, yeah, and only mine. I find that if I'm craving nature and the frequency of the trees and I can't get to the trees, I actually run this for half an hour and I actually feel calmer like I would be in the forest. So this is my experience, yeah. I would encourage you to try it and let me know what you feel. But this is what I feel with the environmental harmony. So, and then we have the conflict resolution, which are all the relationships, right? So the family harmony, children playing. So that's also the connectivity and the connection relationship through children. Chakra, I love to run anything for relationships. I like to run chakras because it balances the energy on the centers. Of course, relationship, it opens up the heart and also the connection. And of course, animal harmony. We can't forget animals within the space. They also contribute the energy. And enhancing the mood, we want the space. This is the mood of the space. So the energy of the space when you're entering into the space. So we want to be relaxed. We want it to be balanced. We want it to be calm. Yeah. So I tend to either use the holistic health or relaxation for the space. You could do sleep overnight if you want to. And then, of course, chakras. I look at chakras of the space. Yeah. So, and that of course influences mine as well. So I can actually discharge and transform and balance myself. That's about it for today. Any questions on the MagHealy? I'm just going to stop sharing. Any additions to add? I'll just go through the. Oh, look, hand. I like hands. um, Priyadarshini. I don't know if I've actually pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, Petra, thank you so much for giving me the
Hello.
chance. So,
Of course.
in terms of gratitude, I would like to know, daily I do gratitude every 1 hour, but writing is something which I'm not doing at the moment. I used to do earlier. So, is it equally important or chanting will do?
What works for you, right? I don't write either.
Yeah,
So it's really
okay.
important to understand yourself and your body. So if it works for you with chanting, chanting is beautiful because it has a frequency to it. You're using your
Yeah,
voice, which is literally your tool of alignment for your body. So
yeah,
that is also your culture, and you've literally using your knowledge of your culture. So if it works
yeah,
for you and if it actually feels good for you, not just with your head, but that you're actually feeling the shift in your body, keep doing
yeah.
it. Trust
Yeah,
yourself.
that is something. Yes, yes. That is something helped me to unlock quite a good amount of abundances and in terms of money and even otherwise. So yes, I feel that is very easy. You
Good.
can just, move around and do it. And otherwise for writing, one has to spend some time. So throughout that schedule, actually that becomes little difficult.
It depends. So writing is good for people that are actually at the beginning of creating new pathways in the brain, because when we're actually using our hand, we are activating certain neurons and certain parts of the brain. So, but if you've been doing it, and I feel you, because I'm also like, time is my biggest resource. And if I'm losing time, it's like I can't do other things, and I'm missing things out, or it's not flexible, or it's not, you know, it's not fun for me. Like sitting down and writing for me, it's not fun. Yeah. For me,
Yeah,
walking around and dancing or meditating and imagining things, that's fun for me. Right. So
yeah,
make sure that it's joyful for you, because you want to look at that feeling, right? It needs to
right.
be joyful and happy and something that brings you lightness in your body, because you want to go into that feeling. You don't want to have contraction, right?
Yeah,
So keep doing what feels right for you.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're beautiful. That's gorgeous. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other hands? Otherwise, I'm just going to look at some comments in here. I've seen that you've been writing. Jeffrey, from my experience with the Voyager Summer, they are multi-layered. They include gratitude for just being alive and energizing the land, total environment to be abundant for the future. Yeah, I completely agree. Like I feel like yes, in our brain we kind of separate things, right? But in essence, we are part of the environment. The environment is a part of us, and the more we are grateful for ourselves and the environment around us, it's vice versa. Like I love the flow of life with that. Thank you. I just love that. How we perceive time and how our bodies experience time is different. Um, my experience, not necessarily that. So I feel that time for me is an illusion. So I feel that time is a concept that exists because of our perception. So for example, when I was healing my own physical body, I had a perception that I needed more time to heal, and it took me more time to heal. And then I came to a point when I actually had an experience within my body when I felt an instant relief. And I'm like, okay, so this time is not connected. It's connected to my intention, it's connected to my belief. So when I actually started shifting that, I actually started healing, my body started healing in a really fast way. So, for example, with my endometriosis, I was, of course, detoxing my body. It took me a long time. It was really hard because I was in contraction. But then when I came to a point when I was like, no, I have enough. Now I'm going to use my power. I'm going to use my energy. I'm determined to actually shift this. I actually started transforming not only my bones the way they were sitting, and my lesions that were literally my bladder and my gut were literally glued together from lesions. And I actually dissolved the lesions, moved my pelvis in 3 months. And even my abdominal massage therapist said to me, in 15 years of doing this, I have never seen anyone do this. So she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just using this and I'm doing this. And she was like, oh my God, like we can shift. So it's not only the time, it's the focus of our energy and how much the effort we are putting in, how much we are actually focusing that intention and the energy that we are creating with into our physical body. So just make sure that not everything needs to be hard work. I'm not saying no work, I'm just saying not hard work. There's a way of doing things differently. Yes, you can change time with your throat chakra. I agree. And that's really funny because I have a how do you say that in English? There used to be a blockage on my throat chakra. So I have, like, in my astrology, I have Chiron on my throat chakra. So I was literally, Chiron in astrology is a wounded healer. So it has different stages, right? So I was literally moving through being a wounded person or wounded being into becoming a healer of myself. So, and that sits in my throat chakra, and it's true. So when we are actually starting to have realizations of our own power within the body, we can shift things, including time. And I know now I can stretch time, I can shorten time, and I can see it moving. So for me, that's a normal thing. People would just say, how is that possible? But when it's not just that I can do it, anyone can do it. You just need to start focusing on the energy and start letting go of the layers that are actually holding you back so you can become the true self. The phase differential is necessary for movement, low to high or vice versa, until balance occurs. Do you mean, Aditya, do you mean like moving through the contraction and the expansion? Is that what you were asking or saying? Because yes, I would agree, because if we are always in contraction, then the roller coaster wave, or the wave of frequency of our life, because we always are waving, yeah? Instead of this, it's literally this, yeah? Because you're going from contraction to expansion, then dropping back down. So the more you come to neutral and the higher the frequency is, you're actually dropping lower. So the wave is actually smoother. Plants also help to clear, oh, what was it? Plants, what was that? Plants program also helps to clear that part of our spirit that was not fully coherent when we moved on to human. Yes, I agree, because it's a natural frequency of the earth. I love that. I love nature itself. If I'm running the MagHealy atmosphere program and having Zoom meeting, can the other party also receive the same frequency? Yes, because it's coming from you, right? So it's not just the program that influences your space. You are being influenced within the space. And if you're in the Zoom meeting, so currently I'm running Coherence. So within the Zoom meeting, I'm always working energetically when I'm presenting, just letting you know. Like, I get really hot through these meetings because I feel the energy of every single person in here. Yeah, and when I have 400 people on, trust me, my nervous system needs regeneration, not in a way that I'm tired, but I'm agitated because there's so much data moving through my body. So it doesn't matter if I'm in the same space or not, we are in coherence because we are in the same focus of space, if that makes sense. So if you are using the program and being on a Zoom call with someone, they will feel it through you, yeah, because you are the intention, you are the focus of energy. When running sound of silence, instead of placing at the back of the neck, can you just put it next to the person who needs it? You can, yeah. They give you the best positions, yeah, because sound of silence works on the brain coherence and the spine, the nervous system in the spine. because it actually calms down the nervous system, calms down your thoughts. Yeah. I find I sometimes put it at the top of my head. That's just me. I lay down and put it at the top of my head, or I actually sit up and actually put it on top of my head. For me, sometimes it's really awkward to put it at my back. It's not comfortable if I lay down. So you try different positions and you actually see what works for you. So it's not about just they give you the best option, but you need to figure out what works for you. Okay. Hand is Dr. Dr. C. You need to, here you go.
Hello. Okay,
Hello.
just the thing is, every program is wonderful. We cannot, because each program is really a wonderful program. But you are telling that the plant and animal program, it is towards the nature. Your focus is that if you run the plant program or animal program, we are feeling as if in the nature. That is your this one, no?
This is my experience.
Yeah.
This is not so. Healy saying that plants, the program for plants, is actually the frequencies to have a coherent, balanced space for the plants in your own home, or in your garden, But their frequencies. This is just a description. So frequencies, we experience frequencies in different ways, right? Because they influence us differently because we are unique. So my suggestion to you would be to actually run the program and see how you experience that program.
Then the relationship program and family harmony program, just I ran for a couple. They are about to get the divorce. I run both the program, relationship and family harmony. At the end, to my surprise, they stopped the divorce. Both husband and wife stopped.
Amazing.
Really, because it was they fixed the lawyer, everything. They are about to file the case. They are about to get the divorce on mutual consent. I ran the program for relationship program and family program. To my surprise, they themselves have stopped this divorce. Husband, wife, really, I really very, very
I completely agree with you, and I completely believe you, because I've seen kids fighting and putting the program for family harmony, or we put on children playing, and they would literally stop fighting about 5 minutes, and they would come together as a team. So frequency works.
Really. Then for the chakra, really, it wonder we can able to see the subtle stage of the body and gross stage of the body. It gives a lot of information, because because I'm an acupuncturist. I am practicing all the clients with the acupuncture and Healy and MagHealy program. But the result, I'm getting amazing result. It is unimaginable.
Beautiful.
Really, thank you so much.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. Like testimonials are always something that I love hearing, because frequency works. We can't deny it.
That's the thing. Because
thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for this one.
Thank you so much for sharing as well. Thank you, Dr. C.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful. I love hearing testimonials, and I love hearing your experiences when you're integrating programs. This is why I'm doing this. It's not for me to tell you this is how you do it. It's for you to actually start exploring. So make sure that you are using the programs. I know there's a lot of them, but choose one. Choose one for a week and explore that one. And then choose another one for another week and explore that one. Be a child, play with it. Because frequency is such a beautiful world. It's literally a playground. So if you are too rigid with things, then you're not going to open your mind and your field, your body to some beautiful, beautiful experiences. And I know if, I have people that have tried to trick Healy, trying to make it, tell them that it's working, and it just gives you the reflection of your own state of being. That's what it is. It doesn't work the other way. So make sure that you know that you're a powerful influencer of your own life in reality. And having a MagHealy, this little UFO, in your home, it's actually going to enhance the space that you live in and actually help you transform the contractive emotions that you've been holding on for so long, and help you understand yourself better, your families better, your relationships better, but also help you thrive, right? Do you want to thrive? Do you want to have a happy life? Do you actually want to live in a better world for yourself and for your children and for your family, and also have a healthy body? Yes, it will take a while, because you need to go through all of that tumbling through the emotions and the frequencies, that you've been living in for so long, because you're creating a new person. So make sure that you're kind to yourself. Make sure that you love yourself enough to actually give yourself a break, that it's okay to make mistakes, which are not mistakes, they're learnings. So take the best out of everything, play, be a child, look at the colors, have fun with it, and just observe what happens for you, and just have the positive mindset of what you can achieve. Yeah. So next week. Next week we are doing making programs, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're doing nervous system. So don't pull me on that one because I always forget things, but we're gonna get there either way. So now we're focusing more on MagHealy, so we can actually go through all these programs so you can understand in depth how to use them. But please do use them, yeah. And together with this little Healy device, they're a beautiful, beautiful pair. Honestly, the best pair I've ever had in my life. Like when I was using just Healy was great, but when I actually started using Mag together with Healy, completely different experience. So they're made together for a reason. Yeah. Thank you for coming and joining me tonight. And I'll be seeing you next week for the MagHealy sequence, I guess. And wishing you a beautiful weekend ahead. Be kind to yourself, yeah, on this journey of healing. You're beautiful as you are. There's nothing to fix. You're literally just coming home to yourself. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful night or afternoon, and I'll be seeing you next week. Bye-bye.